Good morning, everybody. It is October 26th, Tuesday. The week goes on. Yesterday morning, I took a load of books and T-shirts and artwork to the post office to mail them off for fulfilling orders. And I thought I'll take a chance and just drive around the block where there was a CVS and ask them when they were going to be able to do Moderna boosters. And they said, we could do it right now. And so I ran in and got my booster. So I'm totally up to speed. I've got my card right here with all my stuff on it, and ready to travel a little more confidently, especially heading back east. You know, I've got a trip to Ohio later this week, a quick few days, but then after that, after we finish our immediate family West Coast gigs, then we head off to the East Coast. So I'm glad I was able to get this the booster done before heading out there. Yeah, I'm digging. I'm constantly like, I go to sleep at night thinking about what songs could I do tomorrow, and then I start finding all these different sites, and like I did with Loie Nelson, I suddenly went finding stuff I completely forgot about. And I'm finding lots of that kind of stuff. But today I thought I'd go back and really in the Wayback Machine and go back to the second project I worked on. The first album I think I was ever hired to record was with Brian Hyland. And then the second album I think I did was One Man Dog with James Taylor. And I'm just sitting here looking at the cover of James out with a boat out on a little body of water, a lake or something, probably on Martha's Vineyard, wearing a blue shirt and a striped necktie. But he has David, his dog, with him in the boat, and that was great. David was a really cool dog. So it was fun looking at that. But that was 1972, and we had Peter Asher producing the album, which was the beginning of an amazing career for me with Peter. We've done so much together over the years, and he's a remarkable repository of music history. But beyond that, just one talented guy, knows great songs, knows great production. And we did all the vocals for this the final vocals were all cut at Clover Recorders in Hollywood, where we did our first section albums. And lots of stuff. I did Howdy Moon there, did Neil Sedaka there, and most of that was all done with the great Robert A. Pear. And Robert recorded and mixed most of this album, and it was always great working with him. But that first album, I've played some songs off of that before, but it has all these quirky, weird little vignette songs on it it was really an interesting project because it was just so many ideas kind of filtering around. And so we would just go, let's try that, let's do this. I mean, we had time to work and time to spend on it. And I'm not sure. I think maybe Mudslide Slim might have been the first album I did with Jim. Boy, I need to really do my homework. I get started on these, and then all of a sudden I start thinking. I go, I'm wondering if that, I don't know. So somebody will tell me what the hell I was doing then. I was straight as an arrow, but I still don't remember everything. So, but I thought I would play some of these weird little, almost like interlude songs today, and just because it was really fun. The first one I want to play it had such an interesting cast of characters. Now, most of this stuff was based on the section, so it would be myself and Russ Kunkel and Danny Korchmar and Craig Durgee. But then there were additions to these. So the first one I'm going to play is called Jig, and it was me, Russ, Craig, and Cooch, but Bobby Hall on percussion and Red Rhodes on steel, one of the great steel players ever, Red Rhodes. And the horn section was Art Barone and Michael and Randy Brecker. And it was through all of this and working with the Brecker brothers that when the section recorded, we had Michael come in and perform with us, which was really a gift. And Michael, we were all friends for years, and I was talking to Michael quite a bit before his passing, and it was such a tragedy because he's one of the greatest horn players that that ever put reed to mouth. So here's Jig, man. This stuff's all a trip. So here we go.
James had all these little ideas of melodies and stuff, so we were just sitting there, basically almost jamming, and then putting them together, and then there was all these little funny elements in this. I mean, I love it. It was time to just have fun. I mean, nobody was super studio pros and all that. We were all just young kids, man, and just having an adventure and wondering how quickly this was all going to end. And lo and behold, as James sang on one of his songs, here we are. We're still at it. So here's a song this is his dog. This is Little David. So here we go. Here's another. Some of these are really short. This is only a minute long. The last one was a little over a minute. Oh, wait a minute. This was the weirdest thing. James wanted to start this one off with some sounds. So we were on Martha's Vineyard at his house when we recorded this. We brought in a tape machine from New York City, I think, and Jock McLean, who was our road manager, and Peter Asher figured out how to use the console in the machine, and they recorded all of this, and we did it in James's house. Now, the thing that was crazy, James wanted to start this different, so he had like a bunch of tools. Well, he took a chainsaw out into the woods outside the house with a tuner, and he was winding this chainsaw up, trying to get it to the right pitch. And all we saw was all this blue smoke pouring out of the woods. And finally, I think it blew up the engine on the chainsaw. It was whining so hard that it just like a pop, and it stopped. But he had a hammer. I think he had an anvil out there or something, and a 4x8 that he was banging on and stuff. So that's what this thing starts off. I totally forgot about this. So here we go. Little David. Pounding on stuff.
Little David, play on your harp. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Little David, play upon the harp. Hallelujah. Whoa, little David, play upon your harp. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Little David, play upon the harp. Hallelujah, yeah. Hey, now I don't know for sure, but it gets said, and I got told. Someone said that the streets of heaven will paved with solid gold. It must make a mighty good road. Little David, play upon your harp. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Won't you play upon your harp? Hallelujah.
That's it. And all of this stuff, I'm using my old Peace Love bass. This was recorded pre-Frankenstein. So that bass is in the other room. That's the one I used on Spectrum with Billy Cobham, on Doctor My Eyes, all the early stuff up to the building of Frankenstein around 74 was my old Peace Love bass, which I carved up, which started life as a 62 Fender Jazz bass. Okay, here's one called Hymn, and it's me, Russ, Craig. The horns are Barry Rogers, Art Barone, and the Brecker brothers, and we did this at A&R Studios in New York City with Phil Ramone. So here's Him. This is another shorty tune.
Hold me,
2:24.
children, to show me the light. Singing hallelujah, brother, how about you? Yeah, we got a holy scriptures here that prove us to be right in believing out loud what we wish to be true. Well, I got
Cooch.
stoned out neighbors to take me in tow, singing close your eyes, singing open wide. Watch the world fall away below, let the winter wind blow. And where will we hide when it comes from inside? Oh, hear me now, 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 hear me now. Listen, I got sweet, sweet music sometimes.
Michael Brecker.
Is a child inside me was alone in the night, now has come to me. Love has set my soul free. Is a man and a woman stand alone in the light. Here is reason to be like the sun on the sea.
You know, it's all these little vignettes. I mean, to me, it's really, I didn't realize really what a fascinating little assemblage of nuggets this album was. I haven't listened to it in so long. But this is really, really something. Here's a song called Someone, another one of these, and it's myself and Craig, and but the guitar section on this is James Taylor, Danny Korchmar, and John McLaughlin. It's quite a trio of guitars right there. So here, this is Someone.
I'm searching for someone who'll be true, who'll change my life of blue into a dream of golden rainbows. Where are you? It seems I've been searching, searching more than just one lifetime. My heart is a magnet, all for you. I'll know you when I see you. Within my heart is carved a sculpture of your love. Life is worth less than nothing without love. Love is the force from which all beings live. Don't you see? It's the purpose of living, to love and be loved again and again. Where are you? My heart cries for you. My eyes long to see you. My soul is
McLaughlin soloing.
Don't you see? It's the purpose of living, to love and be loved again and again. Where are you? My heart cries for you. My eyes long to see. My soul is all for you. Oh, where are you, someone?
I had an old Ernie Ball earthwood bass back in the day also. It was a kind of an acoustic bass. Body was about yay thick. It was really huge, almost like a guitarron, Mexican bass. And it was really cool. I think that's what I played on Don't Let Me Be Lonely Tonight. I used it on a bunch of things and then eventually sold it because it just mostly sat around. I mean, I'm not good with things that just sit. I'd rather have somebody else enjoying it and getting use out of it. But sonically, there's a couple of things on this album where I'm pretty sure I played it. Here's another one just called Instrumental Number 2. There's a couple of instrumentals. This one is 2. So here's a quick little visit. This is only 1 minute, 41 seconds. It's me, Russ, Cooch, Craig, and Bobby Hall on percussion. And we just had ideas and just worked them up on the spot. It was really loose. And here's like one of the silliest songs we ever recorded. And here it lies on this. And it is the song Chili Dog. Here we go, Chili Dog. Another little nugget here. It's only 1 minute and 35 seconds long, but it says it all. Here we go.
Make my bed out of Wonder Bread. Spread some mustard on my head. I don't want no onions or sauerkraut, mama. Hold on to the butter, baby, working on out. I'm a chili dog. I guess you guessed by now, yeah. So I'm a chili dog, baby. Delicious. Don't get judged. Better not hurt no current sense. Well, I ain't trying to fool you. Don't bring home no one's shoes. Got that habit one more time. Down, down, and pink. Whoa, whoa, to the dog, baby. Yes, indeed, I wanna to the dog, yeah. Talking about a stone delicious, good for you too.
But for a lot of you, I mean, you've come into James Taylor's life very late in career and aren't that familiar with the really early stuff. And everybody has their formative period. And that was one of the things I was so fortunate to be a part of with James, was working, basically almost 20 years at his side through thick and thin and through so many different projects and God knows countless tours. And it was always fantastic. It was such a great adventure. And as time went on, different seats rotated in the band. So I, be working with Russ, and then Rick Murata and Rick Schlosser and Carlos Vega, all great drummers that were involved with the different guitar players from Cooch to Bob Mann, and we had Dan Dugmore, and Waddy was there with Cooch, and Clarence McDonald and Don Grolnick and John Gilliton, just an amazing assortment of musicians throughout all the years. And so it's been it was really fun just to kind of think about this and then go back and find all these this album of little nuggets. Plus there's like the straight up really strong James Taylor songs, full on songs. But this album was filled with all kinds of just little goodies in there. And a lot of it was just stuff that came up on the spot as we were working. Just thought we need something else here. Let's throw something else in. And there's a few more of those kind of things on here too. But certainly to get a chance to play with Art Barone and Barry Rogers and Randy and Michael Brecker. The first time we played Carnegie Hall with James, I think it was Michael and Randy and Barry were the horn section for us at Carnegie Hall. And it was pretty mind-blowing to work with those guys. They were all young cats, but so deeply mature in their playing and their approach. So it was cool. So, and then the fun thing is sitting here listening to this stuff with Cooch and Russ and me on it. And I'm about to leave now for immediate family rehearsals with Cooch and Russ and me, and then Steve Postel and Waddy Wachtel. So I mean, it's pretty amazing when I'm looking at this was 50 years ago, and we are still playing together and still buddies and care about each other deeply and still are having fun, which is one of the most important parts of this whole thing. When you get to do music, if you're not having fun, you should not be doing it. Make room for somebody who is having fun doing this. Get the hell out of Dodge. So I'm going to get going. Again, I am grateful that I got in yesterday and got my booster Moderna shot. I'm feeling my tank is topped up for the moment, and I can go a lot of miles on that. I implore you to do the same. I've been getting some people coming on the site now, really kind of going seriously political, ranting, and a lot of right stuff. And I really, on this site, really don't have patience for that stuff. So for the first time, I've been starting to delete people from this, because they're turning the conversations away from music and starting to attack politics and all this and expressing all kinds of like really kind of lunatic fringe stuff. And really, I'm trying to, as political as I really want to get, it's just imploring people to try to keep a safe community and at least investigate and do something, make your decisions based on intelligence and not on crap that you hear. You don't have to take my word for anything. I'm not sitting here demanding anybody do anything. I'm just saying you need to think about this, because we're living in a very scary world, and I have so many people I know that have died or are really immensely sick, or people that are long haulers now, and it's a very frightening situation we find ourselves in. So that's it, and I want to thank everybody who works constantly trying to make help us get through all of this and save lives. You are remarkable people, and I appreciate you every day. So I'll be back tomorrow. I got some more ideas, which I'll probably throw by the wayside when I find something totally unrelated for what I was thinking about, and I'll be there. But I'm going to get ready now and head off to rehearsal, so I'm going to wish you all a wonderful day. My NFT store is now open for business, and I've got it posted. Quite a bit of it is posted up on Facebook now, and I'm going to link it all to my website, and I'm going to get information out there. But that's a whole other world. This new digital world of NFTs is pretty amazing, and I am putting some serious content into this. There's some really fun stuff that's going to be there for you to jump into with me, and I hope you enjoy it. So lots of stuff going on, and I'll get back to it. Let's just stay with One Man Dog here for the moment, James Taylor, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye.